Good evening, Your Excellencies, the family, ladies and gentlemen. I never imagined that I'll be standing here at this time, making this kind of speech, in the circumstances, maybe like in the next 20 years or something, certainly not at this time. Because I never once entertained the thought that the general would not recover from his illness. He had been through much more life-threatening illnesses and then probably recovered from there. He was full of life. I just kept telling myself, he survived cancer, he pulled through. So when I got that call on the 6th, at first I couldn't believe it, and then the grief hit, and it was wild and it was ferocious, and I could not believe that, the general is not going to call me and send me, I need you to do this draft for me right now, and I need it now, and no email from him by even sometimes 3 a.m. I'll be like, this one, this. So, and I always delivered, because one of my biggest phobias was disappointing the general. And I'm sure everybody else that worked with him had that phobia, because general was exact, and because he gave so much and he expected so much, and nobody wanted to let him down. I met the general in 2005 when I was job hunting in Lagos. I had just finished my NYSC in 2004. I went to Lagos, there were no opportunities in Aba, and I met him in his office at the Kota shopping complex. It was a very awkward first meeting for me, because when he walked into the office and we all stood up to meet him, for some reason, I slipped or not, and I just fell. My embarrassment was really acute, but he put me at ease, and I was just looking at this giant of a man, and he was like, "Are you okay?" He helped me up and asked me, "Are you okay? What happened?" I said, "I don't know, as in these shoes." So we just had a little interview then, and he told me that although there were no openings in his firm at that time, that he would keep an eye out, and let me know if something comes up. So I was just like, "Thank you," and I left. I was like, "Okay, big man's promise," but true to his word, he personally called me, to invite me to an interview with Mr. Chidi of the Meridian, and thereafter employed me as a human resources officer of TSI. So this is one of the things I appreciate most about the general. When other people looked at me and saw this inexperienced, tiny little lawyer at the time, the general looked at me and saw great potential. He knew exactly how to draw out that potential and make me the company secretary that I am today. He was very meticulous and very detailed. When you submit a draft, just be prepared that it was going to come back with some red ink on it. That that you are a lawyer, why are you doing it like this? You make one amendment, make one correction. Sometimes you even review the entire paragraph. He would not allow any draft or any letter to go out when it wasn't perfect. And so the day that I submitted a draft, and the only red pen on it was when he wrote "excellent." That was one of the highlights of my career. And he always had a plan, and not just a plan, he always had a detailed blueprint of how to execute those plans. And he knew how to communicate those plans and ensure that he carried everyone along in the process, and in the end you end up feeling that this is my project, this is my responsibility. You're not just executing his plan, you're executing our plan. He had the ability to do that. He was an equal opportunities employer. He gave everyone a chance. He gave everyone an opportunity to prove yourself, regardless of where you're from, what gender you are. He was always willing to teach. One of the phrases I heard most often from him, when I was doing him, "Are you learning?" I was telling him, "Yes, sir, I am learning," because I was truly learning so much from him. He knew everything, or a little bit of everything about everything. you know. And that was just one thing, you know, kept us on our toes, because you don't want to come and start looking ignorant. You know, he made you feel like as if you could do more, you could be more. You know, he was invested in our personal lives as well and our professional lives. He encouraged us to grow and to develop and to give back. Generally was one of the most generous people I know, and he always said that investing in people is the biggest investment that you can ever make, and that he liked to put smiles on people's faces. He was very supportive, you know, just like Mr. Benga was saying. You know, he was invested in our personal lives and our professional lives. You know, when I lost my dad, he was there. You know, my children still going to his Calabar grandpa. You know, I could go on and on. But I would like to conclude. I would like to say thank you, you know, to the General for giving me the opportunity when no one else would. You know, that inspired the fierce and undying loyalty to him. You know, he believed in me, he trusted in me. You know, even with things that I personally at that time did not know that I was capable of. You know, he'll be like, oh no, go and do it. I know that you can do it, you know. He helped me to grow and to mature to the person that I am today. And he was proud of me. I know, because he used to boast about me, well, behind my back, of course, you know. He would do it, but the people will now come and say, hey, you see what the General said about you, and my head will be swelling, you know. So I just want to say thank you. I'm grateful and I'm proud. So I've been a core member of his team. You know, the General lived his dream, and his legacy will be remembered for generations to come. Thank you.